Good day, cramming engineer. So for today, we will continue our lesson on capacitors. So this time, we will discuss energy storage and electric field energy stored in a capacitor. Okay, so for that, we will first derive the total work needed to charge a capacitor from 0 to a total charge of Q. Okay, if we have a capacitor, so the plates are, let's say, A and B. Let's name this A and another plate, and this is B. Okay, so in order to charge that, we will apply a voltage VAB. Okay, so the work needed to charge the capacitor will be the potential energy of A minus the potential energy at B. Okay, so for us to derive that, we need to divide both sides by Q kasi we need the work needed per charge. Okay, so total charge Q. Okay, so we know since itong nasa numerator ay potential energy at an unit na ay joules, ito naman ay coulombs. So when we divide joules per coulomb, ang kalalabasan is volts. Okay? So this is, instead na UA, magiging VA minus VB, and that is equal to the work needed to charge capacitor by Q. Okay? So this is also equal to VAB, okay, or the potential difference between A and B. Okay, so i-multiply natin both sides by Q. And we can get the differential element of work and both sides. Okay, so dW AB is just equal to dVAB Q. Okay, but then again, itong voltage across the capacitor is constant. So pwede natin siyang ilabas. So this is, dito ko na lang, dWAB is just equal to VAB times dQ. Okay? Or sige, small q ko na lang pala guys, you know? And for a capacitor, we know that Q is equal to, or the total charge in the capacitor is equal to the capacity times the voltage. So the voltage across VAB is just equal to the charge over the capacitance. Okay, so pwede natin yan ilagay dyan. Okay, so small letter q ko na lang para uniform tayo. So this is just Q dQ over C, and that is equal to dW. Okay? So we need to integrate this from 0 to the total work needed, and this from 0 to the total charge that we are trying to get. Okay? Or we are trying to fully charge the capacitor to charge Q. So this becomes W, and this is, pwede natin ilabas yung 1 over C. So this, since ang capacitance ay constant lamang, so this is 0 to Q of Q dQ. And therefore, this is 1 over C times the integral of Q is just Q squared all over 2, which is the exponent. And we have to evaluate this from 0 to Q. Okay? So, pass ko lang natin dyan. So, this becomes Q squared over 2. Then, may 1 over C ka pa. So, times C. Right? So, this is the total work needed to charge the capacitor with a total charge Q. Okay? And, ito na rin guys, yung magiging, assuming that the initial potential energy of an uncharged capacitor is 0. So therefore, yung U natin or the total potential energy stored will also be equal to this W. Okay, so this is Q squared all over 2C. Okay, so tandaan guys. So that is the this the potential energy stored in a fully charged capacitor or a capacitor with charge Q. Okay? Then, we know that Q is equal to CB. No, pwede natin yan unti-unti ilagay dito. So, inserting 1Q into this Q squared, we have U is equal to Q CV over 2C. So, magkakancel si C. So, we have U is equal to 1/2 QV. Okay, so that is another equation. And lastly, if yung Q squared ay palitan natin ng Q and ng CV, so this becomes U is equal to C squared V squared over 2C. So cancel C. So this becomes U equals 1/2 CV squared. Okay, so we have 3 equations on how to get the potential energy stored in a capacitor. Okay. So now we go now to the energy per unit volume or energy density. So since we know that the total energy stored in this whole capacitor is U, that is equal to 1/2 QV, that is also equal to 1/2 CV squared, and that is also equal to Q squared over 2C. Okay? So ito guys ay total, this is the total potential energy stored dito sa buo. So what we want to know now is the energy per unit volume. Ibig sabihin guys, kung itong U, this is whole volume or for the whole capacitor, ang inaalam naman natin dito is if we have a small volume here. Okay? If we have a small volume there. What is the energy stored in that small volume? Okay, so we can name that instead na big U, small u na lang. Okay? So, para makuha natin si small u, that is just the big U over the volume which is sandwiched between the two capacitor plates. Okay? Or the area, no? So kung ano man yung to get the volume, that's just equal to the area times the distance between nito. Okay? So this is the area. Same lang naman yan for the red and for the blue times the distance between. Okay? So itong distance na yan. Okay? To get the volume. Okay? So since this is we're trying to get the density or the energy density, so we have to divide this by the volume. Ganyan yung volume natin. Okay? So, U over A times D. Okay? So, we can write this as ang capital U natin is 1/2 CV squared over A times D. Okay? So, what do we know? We know that, I'll write this here. So, ang U is 1/2 CV squared over AB. Okay, so we know that the formula for capacitance is epsilon naught A over D. Tama? We know that. We also know that the voltage is equal to the electric field times the distance between the two plates. Okay? So we can input this into this as well as this here. Okay, so what we'll get is 1/2. Ang C is epsilon naught A over D times V squared. No? So that is E squared D squared over A D. Okay? So what will cancel? This will cancel with this. This will also cancel with this. This will cancel with this. So ang maiiwan is small u is equal to 1/2 epsilon E squared na lang. Okay? So this is the energy storage, or sorry, this is the energy density. And this is a vacuum only. Assuming that there is no material between the two capacitor other than free space or vacuum. Okay? This is also valid for spherical and cylindrical na shapes. Okay? So, example tayo, ano? So, we have a 5.8 microfarad parallel plate air capacitor has a plate separation of 5 mm and is charged to a potential difference of 400 volts. Okay, so the first question is, what is the energy storage in the capacitor? So let's do that. So what is our equation for U? We have 1/2. Anong given sa atin? We have C and we have V. So we can use CV squared as our equation, right? So this is 1/2 times C is 5.8 times 10 raised to negative 6 farads times 400 volts squared. So the answer here is 0.0464 joules. So that is the energy stored in the capacitor. So next is the electric field, E. So that is equal to the voltage divided by the distance between. Kasi, well, that is volts and this is meters. Ayan, no? Given naman na. Or may clue naman na, no, as to what to use. And we know naman na, no, that V is equal to E times D. Okay? So this is 400 volts divided by the distance between is 5 millimeters or 5 times 10 raised to negative 3 meters. Okay? So this is 80 kilovolts per meter. Okay? Laki, no? Okay, and last is energy density or yung ating small u. Okay, so ano nga ulit yung ating equation for small u? That is this one. So our u is equal to 1/2 epsilon naught E squared. Okay, so we now have our E. So this is 1/2 times epsilon naught times E squared, which is 80 kilo. So 80,000 volt per meter quantity squared. This is nasa calculator. This is constant 32. So this is 0.028 joules per cubic meter. Okay? So these are our answers. Okay. So ayun lang guys, At kailangan lang natin malaman is the energy storage, energy density, and the electric field. Okay, so let's move on to what we call dielectric. So let's move on to our next topic, So which is dielectric? So a dielectric, guys, is a non-conducting material. Again, construction na natin ng isang capacitor is two conductors separated by an insulator. So far, what we've been talking about is we use space or air as the insulators. So if we put a material between the two conducting plates, we call that the dielectric. So yan yung insulator natin or yan yung non-conducting material between the two conducting materials. So ano yung purpose ng paglagay natin ng dielectric? Okay, so the first purpose, we know na para yung capacitance natin ay lumaki, the equation for it is this one, right? So para lumaki yung ating capacitance, kailangan natin pababaan yung ating distance between the two plates. By putting a dielectric, it solves the problem of small separation between the plates. Bakit? Kasi pwede natin idikit yung dalawa. Okay, without fearing na didikit yung dalawa. Kasi kapag ganito, hangin lang yung nasa gitna, there is a small chance na kapag masyadong ipagdikit natin sila, magdidikit talaga sila. So dito, kapag maglalagay tayo ng small sheet ng isang dielectric, kahit na ipagdikit-dikit natin sila, wala ng problema. Okay, so it minimizes this distance D. Liliit yan. Okay? So that's the first purpose. The second is, okay, so since mas mababa na nga yung distance between the two, it will allow higher voltage in the capacitor. Okay? And it also prevents dielectric breakdown. And lastly is, well, ang pinaka-goal naman natin is increase yung capacitance. Okay? So, kaya natin ma-maximize yung ating geometry, yung ating materials. Okay? So, hindi natin kailangan palakihin yung area ng ating capacitor plates. Kailangan lang natin is maglagay ng material in between para ma-minimize natin yung distance and para mas ma-maximize natin yung capacitance ng capacitor. Okay, so that is the purpose of a dielectric between a capacitor. What happens kapag meron tayong dielectric? So we have this value K, which is the dielectric constant. So what K does is it measures kung how much better yung ating capacitor ngayon na may dielectric na yun siya as compared nung wala pa. So yung K natin guys, yung dielectric constant, it is specific for materials. So depending kung ano yung insulator na ilagay mo, yan yung magdidictate nung K or yung dielectric constant. So dito sa air, we know that the permittivity that we're talking about here is epsilon naught. Okay? And kapag ito na yung pinag-uusapan, kapag may dielectric na tayo, yung permittivity, of course, hindi na lang air yung dadaanan, kundi itong material na dielectric, no? So the permittivity of that material will be E. Okay? And we take this dielectric constant as the ratio between the two. Okay? So yung bago na dielectric or yung permittivity na bago pala over the permittivity of air or vacuum, that is our dielectric constant. Okay? So this is epsilon is equal to K times epsilon naught. Okay guys? So that is our dielectric constant. Ngayon, we know that, okay, so ngayon, alamin naman natin kung ano yung magiging difference sa ating capacitance once we have a dielectric in between the capacitor. Okay? So our equation for capacitor again is epsilon naught A over D. Okay? So if we are going to add a insulator in between or a dielectric, i-multiply natin yung K, both sides, yung dielectric constant ng ating material na in-insert. Okay? So bear with me. So this becomes, ito guys, pangalanan ko tong C naught. Okay? Meaning this is the original capacitance when wala pang dielectric na nilagay, kung hindi air lamang or vacuum. Okay? So C naught corresponds to E naught or epsilon naught, sorry. Okay, so this is K C naught is equal to E naught A over D, and alam natin yung K is this one. So multiply tayo dito. So magka-cancel si epsilon naught. So this becomes now A epsilon over D. And this is equal to K C naught. Okay guys? So this is now the new value of our capacitance. Okay? So our new capacitance is equal to A epsilon over D. Parang same lang siya doon, C naught is equal to A epsilon naught over D. Yun lang nagbago, no? If may dielectric na tayo, yung gagamitin natin na permittivity is yung permittivity na nung material. Okay? And therefore, kung mapapansin nyo, itong new is equal to K times the old. Okay? So the relationship that we got is that C is equal to K times C naught. Okay? So parang ito lang din yan, Pwede kong i-write as K is equal to C over C naught, C over C naught. Okay? When we have a dielectric or an insulating material, nagbabago yung ating permittivity, nagbabago rin yung ating capacitance, of course. Okay, so ano pa yung mga magbabago? Of course, we have our electric field and our voltage. Okay, so let's write our Q is equal to CV, no? Assuming that we have constant Q, let's put this as C naught, V naught. So what happens when we have or we insert a dielectric to the capacitor? Okay, so i-multiply ulit natin yung dielectric constant. So we know that K is equal to C over C naught. So this is C over C naught times Q is equal to C naught V naught C over C naught. So magka-cancel ito. So what's left is V naught times C. Or sorry guys, ito ay dapat K lang natin to. K lang. So K, Q is equal to V naught times C. Okay? And Q is equal to V naught over K times the new C. Okay? So, kung isulat ko yung kanina, assuming na constant na yung Q, yung kanina is Q is equal to ito, no? So, V naught times C naught. So, ito, ang mangyayari sa kanya when we have a dielectric constant, this now becomes the new V. Okay, so this is V times C, wherein our new V is just equal to the old V over K. So this is another thing that we learn, okay, if we have a dielectric constant. And this is also applicable sa ating electric field, wherein the electric field new will be the old electric field divided by the dielectric constant. Okay, so these are the things that we derive. Okay, so let me write that down. Rk is equal to C over C naught, and Rk is also equal to epsilon over epsilon naught. Okay, so ayan po. Ito yung mga kailangan natin sa uluhin when we have a dielectric in our mix. Let's also calculate the energy density. So the energy density is 1/2 epsilon naught E squared. Tama? And we have to multiply K. So this becomes, wherein our K is again, this one, epsilon over epsilon naught, and may iwan si E. So that is 1/2 E times E squared. Okay? So ito lang din yun guys. Magbabago lang yung E. Magkakaroon lang tayo ng, instead na epsilon naught, magkakaroon tayo ng bagong permittivity. Okay? So these are the things na kailangan natin sa uluhin. So let's have an example. So a 12.5 microfarad capacitor, let's name that C naught, is connected to power supply that keeps a constant potential difference of 24 volts. Okay? So constant yan guys. A piece of material having a dielectric constant of 3.75 is placed between the plates, completely filling the space between them. Okay, so the question is how much energy is stored in the capacitor before and after the dielectric is inserted. Okay? So, kunin natin yung U before and after. So, yung U, sorry, dapat capital U. Ilagay natin U naught to indicate that that is the initial nung wala pang dielectric, no? So, our equation for U is 1/2. So, give it si C and si V. So, this is 1/2 C naught V squared. Okay, so this is 1/2 times 12.5 microfarad times 24 volts quantity squared. So the answer is 3.6 microjoules. Okay, so this is the initial potential energy or initial energy stored. So the new energy stored kapag meron na tayo dielectric is 1/2. So, kailangan natin mag-multiply ng yung bagong C natin. From what we know, K is equal to C over C naught. C naught will be equal to C over K. Okay, so ang kailangan natin dito ipalit is yung C over K. But to get the new U, we have to multiply the old mu naught, no, by K. Bakit? Para makancel natin, kapag nag-multiply tayo dyan ng K, mag-cancel si C naught and yung kalalabasan is C mu C. Okay? So let me write that. Mu naught times K, or this becomes 1/2 C naught V squared. So kapag mag-multiply tayo ng K, that is C over C naught. So magka-cancel ito. So ang matitira dito guys is the new mu, the new U, and yung may iwan dito is yung new capacitance. Okay? So to get the new U, that is just i-multiply natin by K. Okay, so the K is 3.7. Tama ba? Is 3.75 pala. K C naught V squared. So that is 1 half times 3.75 times 12.5 microfarad times 24 volt squared. And this is equal to 13.5 microjoules. This is the new energy stored. Okay, so the last question is, by how much did the energy change during the insertions? Did it increase or did it decrease? Okay, so kung mapapansin nyo, from 3.6 naging 13.5. So the answer is it increased. Okay, so by how much? Let's get the difference. So mu minus mu naught, that is the delta mu, that is equal to 13.5 minus 3.6 microjoules. Okay, so that is 9.9 microjoules. So naging change in energy is 9.9 microjoules just because we increased or we added a dielectric in between the two capacitor plates. So that will be all for today. Thank you.